I hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about something which is very important for our health, it's important for our esteem, it's important for our confidence levels. Everything is related to this one thing. It's this one word which is called posture. Your posture basically your posture affects the way you run, the way you walk, your physical achievements, the way you play a sport, the way you do your daily exercise. If you have the right posture, everything is different in your body. And if you have the wrong posture, it can actually lead to a lot of problems as we age. Number one, it has a great impact on our health. When you have the right posture, now what we mean by posture is the way you stand, the way you sit, in design and in coordination with how your body was designed. So for example, all of us have a spine. Now technically the spine should allow us to easily touch our toes without bending our knees. Now some of us can do that very easily, some of us struggle, and some of us cannot. For those who cannot, it already means that we have flexibility issues and we have a problem with the flexibility in our spine. Now, if we don't correct this is going to become a problem as we age. And we all know how important having a strong spine is. When you look at the number of L4, L5 issues today, the cervical spondylitis, the amount of back issues that people have, and what we really have is physiotherapy and back surgeries and injections and painkillers. Just by correcting your posture, by being mindful and doing the right exercises to improve that, can actually help you to get rid of this pain. You see, everything in the human body is interconnected with one another. Now, when you have the right posture, it also enables you to breathe better. Now, breathing is an involuntary action, which means we don't have to be reminded to breathe all the time, but most of us breathe the wrong way. We either breathe too shallow, okay, some of us, we're not even aware of the shallow breathing that we have, and breathing is important because the more oxygen we can get to our cells, the more energized we are. Oxygen is basically the prana, and it's very important that it reaches trillions of cells in the human body. So when you have the right posture, your oxygen is utilized better. When you have the wrong posture and your rib cage is compressed, your lungs are unable to basically do their job of respiration, which is the intake of oxygen and the exhalation of carbon dioxide. Which is why when you do yoga and you do pranayama, your teacher basically stresses on your posture because your breathing gets better. Now, if your posture gets better and you work on your posture, your breathing automatically gets better. So you see, that's how the human body was designed. We don't have to go out of our way and make health an obsession and do more things to stay healthier. All we need to do is correct posture, give the human body a little bit of what it needs, and it has its own intelligence to keep us healthy or to heal us when we're sick. That's number one. Number two, how does gravity work? We all know that gravity works by keeping us in place, by pulling us down to earth. Now, if we don't have the right posture, so for example, this is my posture, but if I'm slouched right now, gravity is further pulling me down, which means I'm putting more stress on these muscles, these connective tissues, and these joints. But if my posture is upright, that is all equally distributed. Now the problem with this is if I'm in the wrong posture for too long, like if I have a desk job and I'm sitting like this all day, I'm putting unnecessary stress on certain joints, muscles, and connective tissues. It could be my back, it could be my elbow, my shoulders, my cervical, depending on my posture, because gravity is also pulling us down. So that's the external force that's making it worse and putting that pressure on us. So by correcting your posture, you take this negative stress off your connective tissues. Now that's a bad thing because most injuries happen due to wrong posture, which is why your trainer will be telling you, look at your form, look at your form. Don't lift heavy, lift what is right for your posture. There are a lot of people who lift heavy weights or engage in activities, but their posture is wrong. People run half marathons and full marathons with the wrong posture, and that's why they get injured. That's why they need physiotherapy, and that's why they cannot excel at what they do. The same thing, people in the gym want to lift heavier weights just to get to that number, the ego lifting kind of a thing, but their form is wrong and they have injury. You can lift very light weights with the right form and the right posture, and that will be more beneficial for you than lifting heavier weights with the wrong form. Because everything revolves around your injury. If you have the wrong posture, you're putting that pressure again on your connective tissues. Now these wear out and your bones start rubbing against each other, basically producing excruciating pain. And then you're giving cortisone injections, you're asked to do knee replacements and hip replacements, and you're on painkillers and all of that stuff, all because your posture is wrong. Like I said, your posture affects the way you walk, the way you sit, the way you sleep, everything. The third thing that we have is your digestion. Your posture also has a huge role in your digestion. When we eat with the wrong posture, okay, we tend to have poorer digestion. You see, there are acids forming in your stomach to digest. So that's why, right after a meal, if you go down and sleep and you slouch around or you lay back, that's why people have acid reflux. But if you sit with the right posture, and there are some yoga asanas that require you to sit in that position or even cross-legged during a meal or after a meal, that improves your posture and allows your digestion to work even better for you. Things like constipation tend to get better. People with hernias, that gets better. And like I said, acid reflux as well. Okay, now energy. We all have a limited amount of energy in a day. We have something called cellular energy, which is our natural energy. And then we create other sources of energy by having coffee and tea and stimulants and sugar and all of that stuff. Now, the healthy way is to operate on your cellular energy, because that's what our body makes for us through ATP, that's adenosine triphosphate in the mitochondria of our cells. That's the normal cellular metabolism of the human body. Now, we get tired, we get fatigued, we get weak, our immunity falls when we expend energy where it's not needed. And when you have the right posture, you keep the right pressure off your joints, like I said, your bones and your muscles. If I'm in the wrong posture, I use a lot of energy. I use a lot of energy to maintain the wrong posture. The energy that is not required. That energy could be used for your digestion, for your brain, for so many different things. So if I have a sedentary lifestyle, I'm in the wrong posture for a long time, I'm going to feel more tired and fatigued because my muscles, my joints, everything is using that energy to maintain that wrong posture. But if you're in the right posture, there's equal balance on all your muscles and joints, so you use less energy, which means you conserve energy. When you conserve energy, your body utilizes that energy for more important things, like your healing, reducing inflammation, your brain power. And that's when we can start reducing the amount of stimulants that we're so dependent on. Am I against tea and coffee? Absolutely not. A lot of tea and coffee? Yes, because the question I have for you then is, why does your body need to run on caffeine as an energy source and not your own cellular energy? We have to look at things like sleep as well. So understand that your posture can also improve your energy levels. Now, the most important part, as men and women, as young girls and young boys, we dress up because we want to look good. We dress up for attention in the right way. That's a human factor. Men do it, women do it, girls do it, boys do it, little girls do it, little boys do it as well. Okay, so we have different things, like women to look a little slimmer will wear black, men will put on, different kinds of clothing to look better. That's all absolutely fine. But there's one thing that can make you stand out in a crowd. It doesn't have to be your looks. It doesn't have to be the kind of handbag you have, the kind of fancy watch you're wearing, the suit that you're wearing. It is your posture. If you notice someone enter a crowded room with the right posture, heads turn towards that one person, because a good posture opens up your entire body. When you open up your entire body, you create perception. When you look at someone who's always slouched down, you have a very different perception of that person. And when you have the right posture and you're completely open, you can make head turns. That's not the reason why I'm telling you to have the right posture, but I'm saying, a lot of people have low self-esteem, so they try to dress up more, put on more makeup. That's not just for girls, for guys as well. They try different things because a lot of us suffer from low self-esteem in our own different ways, including me. But when that's low, sometimes we don't have to fix it with material things and, dressing up further. If you have a great posture, your confidence levels automatically rise. You want to try this. The next time, walk into a coffee shop, walk into, a party with your posture great. Now, great posture means a straight back, your shoulders roll back a little bit, and people will look at you. That is what a posture does. So you're going for interviews, your confidence levels improve. Whatever you're doing, be mindful of your posture because it makes you feel better about yourself. I'm not saying this for other people to look at you. I'm saying this so that you feel better about yourself. And a good posture does that for you. Now, a lot of us have sedentary jobs and we're sitting all the time. And, we tend to have the wrong posture. But there are ways to correct that. Number one, by being mindful about it. It's always good to have a posture buddy where you tell a couple of people, hey, listen, I'm working on my posture. So if you see me with the wrong posture, please remind me. It helps because sometimes we forget. When you have a desk job and a sitting job, it makes sense to put a cushion behind your back, the lower back, so that you automatically keep your back straight. If you don't have that cushion and there's a gap between your lower back and your chair, you automatically slouch. So these are things that can help you to build a great posture. Now, what are some of the causes of a poor posture? One is a weak core. Your core is not just your six-pack or your abs. Your core muscles are found in your chest, in your midriff area, your abs, your lower back, around your back. This whole area, the trunk of your body, is your core. If you have a strong core, your posture will be upright. If you have a weak core, you could be muscular, you could be lifting heavy weights, but if your core is weak, you automatically tend to slouch because these muscles don't hold them in. So when the muscles are strong, your posture comes up automatically. Strong chest muscles, traps, all of that, which is why you need a holistic program, be it yoga, whatever you do, to work on every muscle in your body to maintain a good posture. The second thing, the longer you sit, your posture tends to get, your core tends to get weaker and weaker. So try to get up at intervals, stretch, touch your toes, do all of that stuff. Be a little more active. Obesity, the more obese you are, you have weight in front of you, it is going to change your posture. So it's very important to lose that weight so that your posture slowly gets better. When women go through pregnancy, their posture may change as well because you're carrying a new life in your body, which is why it is so important for women to exercise even while they're pregnant, according to your pregnancy. Be it yoga, be it pelvic floor exercises, because this strengthens your core and enables you to keep your back straight. Because there are a lot of women who go through pregnancy and towards the end of their trimester, they're given bed rest because their postures fail on them, they've gotten weak and tired. So it's so important for you to even enter pregnancy the right way with a strong core and a great posture. If you have a posture problem, sometimes wearing heels for a very long time or too frequently will also affect your posture. So you want to make sure that whether you're the kind of person who can carry heels off very well or not, if it's affecting your posture or not. And if it's of course habit at the end of the day. If it's our habit to sit slouched, we got to break that habit by constantly being mindful that a great posture is going to have a positive impact on our health. The two best exercises when it comes to fixing your posture is of course yoga and Pilates, because this works on a strong core. It works on stretching, so even simple stretching can improve your posture. You can have a great body like I said, but you got to have a strong core and a great posture, and that's what makes a great body look even better. Sometimes you may not have a great body, you may just have a normal body, and you may want to be a little bit more muscular and you still want to stand out. All you need to do is roll back your shoulders, keep your chest up and your back straight. Okay, not in an uncomfortable, rigid way, but because when you practice, this becomes your natural posture and you will stand out. So like I said, try it out the next time you walk into a coffee shop or a room. Just change your posture and you will see people looking at you, because it's your posture that brings out the complete you. The complete you. You can be the most intelligent person with the greatest body sitting slouched. That's how it is. But you can have all that or you don't have that, and your posture's changed and everything around you changes. It's called perception, and that's what we all look for. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.